frustrating. An example of polarized politics just impeding progress. Both sides, to Tom's point, both sides now agree we should have we should move away from fee-for-service payment. We should have capitated payments with a quality adjuster on the front end, and a risk adjuster on the front end, a quality adjuster on the back end. The only difference, basically, is Democrats really want that payment to go to the provider in the form of an ACO or some sort of bundled payment, and Republicans still favor it going to the payer, the insurance company. The irony is, as the insurance companies move towards these programs anyway, as I think Ken Davis and others said earlier today, the providers are becoming insurance companies partially anyway. So that dividing line gets very blurry. Yeah. It always was a little bit blurry, but that is the core disagreement between the Republican vision and the Democratic vision for moving to capitated payment. And Ron Wyden, the new head of the Senate Finance Committee, has a bipartisan bill because he is agnostic on that question and says it can go to either one.
And
so why can't we do that?
And if there's any hope for health care, it's that Ron Wyden is a great, smart guy who I like a lot, and Paul Ryan think a lot alike. They're going to be running health care for the next 10 years, and they're both thinking this direction. Unfortunately, way too many. I think, everybody says the good old days were so much better. The fact is, 25 years ago, there were 10 Democrats and 7 Republicans in the Senate that talked to each other, got along, and actually talked about policy. Right. And now they just lob grenades at each other. And fortunately, the two of the people that actually talk to each other and know a lot about healthcare policy are Ryan and Wyden, and that hopefully will help. But this is it really comes back to it. Structurally we're going the same direction. When you really get into it, you're talking about Medicare. When you get into Medicaid, and it really comes down to how much money do you want to spend on the federal government. And we've talked past that. That is the core issue. When you get past the Republicans' argument, which I would agree with you about reform and replace, repeal and replace, they don't have anything to replace it with. The real issue is scale it back. And that's probably not going to happen. Do you really want to spend this level of your federal tax dollars on the guy down the street that's making $94,400 a year?
Well,
and
you start an entitlement. Can you scale it back?
Never. There's never been. Well, there's been one. Briefly, welfare was scaled back.
All right. So now.